Good morning all, camelbacktrading.org coming to you this Friday morning, August 14th, and we're looking at the last 4 days of the SPY ETF's market profile. And a couple of very important points which should determine the outcome of this day. Right, M&M. I love the candy, and boy, it's become a favorite trade. We had an inside day yesterday, right? You come out of an inside day, you go with that trade, you monitor it for continuation or just as importantly, lack of. So what does that mean? Well, right now we're still trading inside yesterday's range, so it's still an inside day. However, we know the history of M period. So if we get acceptance into yesterday's M's range, we should trade the entire range of it. If that is to be the case, we had a 9-wide POC that never could get lowered from yesterday. So I think acceptance into that, especially if we get above it, that POC will be hit. On the flip side, if we fail at M's range, again, it's about an hour, 10 minutes prior to the opening, so a lot can happen. If we fail, open below it, can't get accepted back into it, then the odds of possibly taking out yesterday's low increase dramatically. And if they do, that's an inside day down. This day should fall easily, and then look where we're going to be looking at. M from this day. Now, why is this incredibly important? For a couple of reasons. Number one, this is just about last week's high. Now, the weekly is still very, very healthy, but you'd like to close above it if you're a bull in SPY. Well, if you get accepted into M's range, not only would possibility the odds increase of closing inside last week's range, but also increases of trading this entire range, which is about $2.70. So that would be a nice trade. What is acceptance? It's tough to tell in A period what acceptance is, right? Because there's nothing really to lean on. You get more of an idea at B period. If you start one time framing up inside of here, odds are dramatically better that you trade inside of it. If you get down here and start one time framing down, not only odds are dramatically better of trading down the whole thing, but now you have one time framing down in lower value. That's acceptance. So it's a little tough in A period. But for my money's worth, M&M will determine the outcome of this day. Inside day, very important. I'm not going to go over destinations. You should have them, although I believe I gave you the wrong low yesterday. Yesterday's low is 335.83. For some reason, I believe I gave 336.23. It's 335.83. So that's yesterday's low. So what's the game plan? Well, like I just said, right now, we're in balance below value. Do I want to take a short play if we open below M period? Very possible. So if in the next hour we open below yesterday's M's low, you can take a put play for two reasons. Number one, you'd be shorting lower value, which is good. And number two, you would see if we do not get accepted back into M's range. If you don't, then you can take that trade and have your destinations, which would be yesterday's low, the previous day's low, and then you see if you get acceleration. If you take that put play and we get accepted into M's range, and again, that's going to be something for you to have to figure out, because in A period, it's not easy to know if it's acceptance or not. But if you do believe it's being accepted in, then you get out of that trade. And then you could also take, that would be a call play. If you get accepted inside of it, you can take a long and use M's low as your out. Very, very basic early plays in the SPY. Join camelbacktrading.org's trading room, and you're going to know what I'm doing and what the room is looking to do. I mean, it's a play-by-play of how the market's developing for 6.5 hours. So for that amount of money, I think it's worth its weight in gold. Now, and we also have, I just had somebody join from Australia today. We have an incredible international community. I would have to figure it out, but I bet you we have at least 7 to 10 countries represented in the room, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, Let's go to the charts. So again, here's last week's high is 334.88. M's range, I believe that day is, I think, 334.84. So that's incredible, important level for me from the other day. But it's still very healthy. The big one is the daily, right? You can't do anything in the weekly or monthly until the daily starts doing something. Well, we're in balance inside day. We take out yesterday's high, we should see the all-time low. We take out yesterday's high, we should see the all-time high. I apologize. We take out yesterday's low, then there's a good chance you could trade that whole day's range down to the 332 level. Just quickly, triple Qs. This is an important number, 274.98. If they close above 274.98, it's an outside week up and very positive. If not, it's just flat balance. And then the Russell, here's an important one. They've had 2 inside days in a row. It looks like they're looking to come out of them to the downside. So 156.65. Any acceptance below that is an inside. It's a double inside day down, and then we could see some acceleration to the downside, and they give up a bunch of the gains that they worked for in the recent trading days. Anyway, good luck trading today. Have a great day. We will recap the day and the week at 4 p.m., and we'll be doing all of that in a webinar tomorrow morning, going over all 5 days, specific trades, what the market did, what the market didn't do. Have a great one, and we'll speak at 4 p.m.